All right, I've been wanting to do this one for a while. It's pretty much an obligation as a VTuber. You have to respond to ShoeOnHead. I'm pretty sure it's like a law. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Cult of the crybullies. Why people hate the left.
Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of What the Hell is Going On with your host, Ugly Belle Delphine. Now before you ask, yes, there is an Epstein Files video coming out.
Oh shit.
I feel like everyone has like streamer brain nowadays, and like every fucking video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I am taking my time with it. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
There is a lot happening.
You know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
is
really?
Jewish.
Oh,
I want to be clear.
do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious?
Oh my god. Oh yes, thank you, thank you.
Your country, sir. Anyway, let's just forget about these satanic billionaires.
Oh, what a fucking lead-in, man. But yeah, no, the Epstein Files stuff is a bit complex. I haven't really touched it too much.
Files running the world. And let's talk about some internet drama, shall we? Because that is what's really important.
Yes,
For a little
absolutely.
Over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet. To the point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so
Yep.
bad that when someone is called a racist or a Nazi online, I'm immediately like, oh, what funny joke did they tell? But ladies and gentlemen, we have officially come to the point.
Pretty much.
We're not saying anything. Also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of you watching this channel,
I've commented on this shit before, but it's really not cool. I'm a political commentator, not exclusively, but I do talk politics. It's a choice. You should never try to force someone who doesn't want to talk politics into talking politics. That's really freaking dirty. Let the people who want to be entertainers be entertainers.
who are employed. There's a very popular Twitch streamer named Emiru. She's a cosplayer and just kind of a fun, chill, normie video game streamer. Well, the other day, someone in her chat asked her her opinion about ice. And
Again, it was actually a mod that asked. It's a weird freaking situation. I don't know the exact setup, but I'm wondering if there's like some parasocial nonsense there. But yeah, the mod should not have asked that. And again, I don't even think the mod was like a leftist. Like, that was my impression at first, that the person who asked the question wanted her to say fuck ice, but the mod that asked the question then actually agreed that a streamer doesn't have to say fuck ice. So I don't know what that mod was doing. I think it was a really shitty mod though, and a really shitty decision.
this is what she had to say.
Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, for...
Yeah, some people just aren't informed or don't want to alienate their audience. Exactly. Like, yeah, if you're just going for pure entertainment, stay the fuck away from politics.
I get people wanting big content creators to, like, say their opinions on, like, important topics. I get that, right? But it's like...
Oh, and I will criticize Emiru, because again, I had her back before she caved, and her apology was terrible, and she was lying her ass off. Because you can... So yeah, see here what she's saying, and then see if her statement, her apology after the fact matches up, where she says she thought they were talking about like ice, the material, not ice, the agency. Then why is she talking about not wanting to talk politics? She knew exactly what she was doing, and then she lied about it afterwards. So yeah, I was not a fan of both her caving and both her lying about it. Like, she handled this very terribly.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
In a world...
Yep, no, she shouldn't have apologized. Like I said, it pissed off everyone who had her back when they're like, well, what's the point here? And then it just invigorated the group who was already after her. It was like the worst decision ever. Ever. Again, I've said it before on talking with this issue. I like that there was that meme going around. I think Denim sent it out. It was fake screenshots, obviously fake. It was a joke, but it was implying that she was like a bimbo and Asmongold was running her. So it was like, hey, what's this about ICE murdering American citizens? And fake Asmon responds, don't worry, kitten. And she says, okay, heart. Yay, heart. And why I think that's so fucking funny is it occurred to me afterwards that would have literally been better advice than what she was doing. Someone needed to tell her, don't worry, kitten. Shut the fuck up.
Where where it seems like every single
Poor Emmy.
celebrity is just screaming their political takes completely unprompted. This was a refreshing thing.
Yeah,
to hear. Seems like a pretty
Tomoe got
sane, rational,
got some
inoffensive
too.
thing to say, right? Wrong. This short little clip where she ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past like 2 months, don't you? Every day there's like a breaking story of the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life. And
Yep.
everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure to react, to pick a side, to condemn, to defend. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're usually not
Hey.
seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News.
Oh,
So
we
let's
got
quickly give them a
news.
shout out
I
before
didn't.
we jump into
That was
today's video,
smooth.
shall we?
I didn't see it
Ground
coming.
News is a website and an app that lets you see how news stories are being
We got
covered
got.
all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center.
What was
Every
the
story
left-
comes with a quick
oh,
visual break.
Yes, I'm replaying the ad. Deal with
that
it.
lets you see how news stories are being covered all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and really make sure you're getting both sides. They really make it fun and easy to compare headlines to see how political bias and media ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, let's take a look at this one about how RFK admits he used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. If
I
you
know,
look it up
I
on
was
Ground
hoping-
News,
I was
a
hoping
right-wing
left would be
headline goes
sillier.
it like this: RFK revealed why he wasn't scared of COVID. It was a legendary answer. And a left-wing outlet covers the same story like this: Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doesn't fear germs, and his reason is really, really gross. Same story, completely different vibes.
And neither title tells you anything about what's going on. They're all just clickbait. It's really, really gross. It's legendary. Do better. That's mainstream media right there. Well, mainstream legacy media. But yeah, that's pathetic.
The Ground News feature
On
I like
both
the most
sides.
is the blind spot tool. It shows you how news stories have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Hillary Clinton says migration has gone too far. Rare Hillary Clinton W. Suspicious. 37 sources
Suspicious.
covered it. 91% of those sources were right-wing, and only 4% were left-wing. Interesting. Or this one about how middle-class Americans are selling plasma because of financial pressure. Americans are selling their blood because they're so poor. 71% of the sources that covered this were left-wing,
Yep.
and only 14% were right-wing. I have been using Ground News for like 5 years now, and I am obsessed.
I will say, like, that's kind of a weird one. That's kind of a weird one there. I know we don't have to do deep analysis on the ad, but people selling their blood isn't a news story. Like the RFK saying something is more of a news story, or Hillary Clinton saying something. Some people doing something in a vague sort of thing is not a news story, and it, like we can see, it was a bunch of the mainstream stuff that kind of all shares the same thing. So that's probably going to be more or less the same story bouncing around. So yeah, point is that one just reads like a hit piece.
Only 14% were right-wing. I have been using Ground News for like 5 years now, and I am obsessed. It is one of the first apps I open when I wake up in the morning. It really helps me stay informed and helps me keep up with the news for my videos. But don't just take
And
my
Chi,
word for it.
did you say
Even
we
the
did you see we
Nobel
got more
Peace
cameos?
Center recognized Ground News as an excellent way to stay informed.
This
avoid
ad goes on and on and on. Again, we let it play
Best of
because
all,
that's the
I'm
polite thing to
currently
do.
offering
But
40% off their
yep, there you go.
Advantage
If you
plan,
like
which is
it,
the
do
plan
it.
I use to access all their amazing features. This comes to only like $5 a month, which is like the price of a cup of coffee nowadays. To get the 40% discount, just go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here, or click the link in the video description down below to subscribe to their Vantage plan today. Big thanks to Ground News
Yep,
for sponsoring
more
this video,
cameos.
and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad as always. Right?
Right,
And now
right.
let's get back to the video. In this video, we are going to talk about the drama surrounding Emiru, the people trying to cancel her, the mistake the left is making by embracing cancel culture again. We're gonna read some insane, hilarious tweets, of course, and then we will talk about my personal experience with these people. And what do I mean by these people? I mean the cult of the crybullies.
Is it 999 again? It was over 1,000. It kind of
Sorry
fluctuates.
if I sound even more like a prepubescent
Hey, struggler.
boy in this video. I am a little bit sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop for you. If you guys saw my last video, you know I am quite critical of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government. I am a political culture war commentator. I talk about political topics often. People come to me to hear my political opinions. But not everybody wants to be a political VTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a
Turning
political
video
VTuber
audio
or
up a tick? Is it poorly balanced with me? I can do that a little bit. I had to turn it down a little bit because I was getting some echoes, so I had to turn it down with my mic. But yeah, we can try turning it up.
Sometimes we just want to have fun and talk about other things. There are lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down our throat. So a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when a cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane...
My take was I just thought it was funny, and then it blew up into the whole drama. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't cheering it on. I was just like, that's okay. And then she didn't handle it well.
Rational opinion. So of course, like, half the internet had a problem with it. It's just not that hard to say f ICE. It's really not
You
that
don't
hard
have
to say
to,
f ICE,
though.
to be honest. Is it so hard?
Again, just to put my personal opinion in there, I do have criticisms of ICE. I've said multiple times that I have many criticisms of ICE, and primarily I want them better trained so we can avoid this sort of nonsense. But yeah, I don't have to say fuck ICE, and I'm not gonna, because that's not my feeling either. It's more nuanced. Yeah, no, fuck this fuck ICE bullshit.
Just say f ICE? It's really not hard to say f ICE. Jesus Christ, how hard is it to just say f
It's really not hard to say exactly what I want you to say. It's really not that hard to echo my opinions. Share my opinions.
ICE? How hard is it to just say f ICE? How hard is it to just say f ICE and move on? Oh my god. Just say f ICE. It's not hard. Is it so hard to just say
Yeah, right. You know, you're right. You could just say the other thing. It's also not that hard to say, hey, don't pick fights with armed federal agents.
the line? Say the line. Say it. Jesus Christ, like at this point, even if Emiru did want to like abolish ICE, even if she really did think f ICE, she shouldn't say it. Like I wouldn't say it.
I know. I've said that before. Like I don't care. Like is back in the bullying of the Black Lives Matter and shit. Like I don't care if you do support the Black Lives Matter thing. If someone like comes up to you and like threatens you and is like, you have to say Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna be like, no, fuck that.
At this point, because this is just like, this is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies chasing.
Yeah. We don't have to get into the whole surrounding ICE politics, but yes, exactly. The local police also need to do their job. Like that is part of the issue, is the ICE is not getting the support because we have these rogue cities and states that are refusing to actually send in the police.
After you. Hey, it's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show you. F ICE, f Donald Trump and everyone in his administration, f Elon Musk, free Palestine, US is on stolen land built by stolen people, Luigi did nothing wrong, abortion is healthcare, leave trans people the f alone.
You could have just cut to the chase and said you're a fucking retard there. I mean, we already knew from the profile pic, but you still could have saved a couple steps there.
These people literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude. Just like copy pasting the internet leftist
so bad.
starter pack. What the hell am I looking at? I hate the Reddit ass. Hey, it's super easy. It's crazy, like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths. And now he's on here like, men should not be speaking like this. I'm sorry. We need another war. The post that really seemed to kick this all off was made
Got
by
hit by the
Denims,
koi beam.
the self-described largest
Oh,
female
she's terrible.
streamer. Only because I don't stream, Denims. Only because I don't stream. Anyway, I don't have any like personal beef with Denims. This isn't like an own Denims video. We used to be kind of cool years ago, but she apparently has some opinions on Emiru, so let's hear her out. Never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo. First of all, she's not fence sitting. She's just choosing not to talk about politics. Like in order to fence sit, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like how do you even know what her opinion is? Second of all, modern Gestapo. Why is everything the fucking Holocaust? It's totally normal to criticize ICE. It's totally understandable to have issues with the things they are doing. But modern Gestapo? Don't you guys get tired of this shit? Like, don't you guys get tired of saying, like, isn't this exhausting after a while?
Yes.
Everything is Nazis, everything is the
Yes.
Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history. Like, what did they used to compare bad things to before World War II? Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this. Racist chud. Like, where did the racism part, like, where did that come from? Listen, I don't get on camera and start talking about cars or math or taxes or investing or going outside or the plenty of other things I don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane and I stay in it. Emiru likes what she's doing. Her audience likes what she's doing.
Like
There
I
are
said,
plenty of other
she should
channels
just entertain.
that will regurgitate.
And she really should have just stuck with that. She should have said her piece and then stuck by it. And like I said, just it would have gone away in like 2 days when Phase Connect imploded. You just wait till Phase Connect lights itself on fire. Again, the tip is shut the hell up.
Your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN. Most people,
Yeah,
most normal
yeah,
people.
no, that's a good point. Like, I think you're right. If she actually did, yeah, the Chudpocalypse is absolutely upon us. It is kind of funny how people decided they're just gonna embrace it. Like, yeah, we're all chuds now. It's just like they overuse everything else. It's like, okay, I think chud's kind of a stupid word, but it's also meaningless. It's just something you called us. So yeah, no, we're chuds now. What the fuck ever? What you gonna do? To quote Powder, yeah, and? But no, and yeah, she would absolutely demolish Denims probably. I mean, it might take a little while, but yeah, if she started streaming, like you said, VTubers and VTuber fans would be all over that for as well as anyone else curious about the content. And all the old school people too. Again, she was super old school, way back there. I mean, I've sang the praises of Sargon. She was active at those same times, way back when.
People are sick and tired of celebrities just like spewing their political takes completely unprompted. I don't f***ing care what Glub Shido thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth?
I like her mic peeking there.
Politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth by a celebrity like a fucking baby bird? Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth? Don't answer that. Don't answer
Was gonna
Please
say.
don't answer that.
Yeah,
She's
no,
right,
no,
what she
thank
says.
you though.
Most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say F ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
You actually don't have.
Again, people have different opinions. These people are insane cultists. Like, again, we've talked about this before, but they literally do not understand. You like some ShoeOnHead? Yep. But yeah, they literally don't understand their opponent's position, so they can't rationalize it. So they think it's just right versus wrong. They cannot really understand the idea that people can just have different opinions.
Have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line. What? You should look into a topic, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic. You should not just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content. And even she's capable of saying F ICE. What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say F ICE.
You don't have to be a political
Say
content
the
creator to
line.
say the line. All your other friends are saying the line, Emiru. Why aren't you saying the line, Emiru?
L ICE. Okay, but unironically though, them. Straight up. Hey, them. Yeah, it's them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's you too. You know what I mean? It's really that easy for me. I'm telling.
Oh. See, that's what I'm talking about the terrible takes. Again, anyone's welcome in my community. We can disagree on things. Holy shit, like I'm not going to say like, "Oh, you know what? I believe this, and if you don't, fuck you, get out." You see no flags or pronouns in your socials. Oh my god, I'm canceled. Literal cuz yeah, you know who was notorious for not flying flags? The Nazis. Just like the Nazis, I'm not flying a bunch of flags. Wait a second.
Them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's you too. You know what I mean?
Why? For disagreeing? And again, you're taking an extreme position. It's not even like a nuanced take. It's just like absolutely entirely fuck ICE. And if you don't agree, also fuck you. What are you doing? So painful. Hey there, Renegade. Welcome.
It's really that easy for me, I'm telling you right now.
There's Emiru's roommate saying the line. Aren't we all proud of her? By the way, where are all her friends during all of this? Where are all her morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down? While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Wait, on what platforms? And that's crazy. Hey, Brian. But yeah, I thank you for the warning, because I do know there are things you have to be careful of. What platforms will ban you for talking about that? Twitch? In what context? And Cutie Cinderella is on Twitch. I don't know, but I mean the rules don't always apply. But all right, I will phrase things differently, perhaps. That seems wild, though.
Girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl who literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention.
Yep,
now
that was
this
wild.
girl is going through all of this. I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet. But
That's
don't
crazy.
you dare stay silent about current thing. I don't even know this woman, and I am sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of shit happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it.
Cheesy. Yeah, also do not say who killed Jesus.
If you're above the age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country. You don't get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not gonna pay for it.
Wait, let's hear her out.
You can't say like, well, I'm just not gonna care about all this politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have an opinion
The
on a
star
political
people.
topic, people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them. Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
There's this weird idea in America especially where like you can just be an adult and be like,
Wait. Oh, I saw a little bit about that. I didn't look into it because I was just getting ready to start stream, but X-Link in for Keen's attention. Okay, I'll check that out later. We all know the Romans did, yes. The Romans. Bet. Oh man, yeah, I saw her tweet, but I didn't look fully into it. That's crazy. How long was it? Like 7 days or something? One day?
oh, I don't care about
That's crazy.
What?
Many people, most people, do not care that much about politics. I know to you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable, because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy, I know. But man, do I envy them. I was so much happier before I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder and harder for the average person to not care about politics because
Yes.
politics is seeping.
And like I said, like I was talking about yesterday, I'm kind of over a 7-day ban. Okay. Why do you think that people think they're entitled to other people's opinion? Because they live in a different reality and think they are the only ones that are correct. It's actually like wild. I mean, yeah, so they're cultists and think that if you don't agree with them, you are a bad person. But yeah, like I was saying, I think that was yesterday. I usually say like, oh, I don't like, not to get political or something like that, but I realized yesterday that it's like I'm done with that. I wish we didn't have to get political, but the bending to the paradigm and being like, well, I'm not going to get political is how we got here. Like we didn't push back, and now things have gotten so bad that we're going to have to push back a lot harder than we should have done. So yeah, it's a shame that, to quote the leftists, everything is political, but like everything is political because we are in a semi-cold cultural civil war. So yeah, I'm not going to apologize. It's a shame that we have to talk politics as much as we do, but I'm not going to apologize for it anymore. It's just like, no, things are political. We have to talk about things, or we will just keep getting steamrolled.
Into literally everything. Politics will be bending you over and spreading your cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not. And unfortunately, the
But yeah, no, I'm just reading chat again. Denims is one of the dumbest, not ... Yeah, no, I was surprised because I stay out of the Hassan drama for the most part. It's just not really my thing because I already know those people are all bad. So I'm like, I don't really need to touch that shit on the internet. But I did watch a video on them. I forget if it was like a Rev or something. And wow, they're so much worse than I thought. Like I hadn't heard them talk much. And yeah, Denims is painful.
people who are like, I just want to be left alone, are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly,
Yep.
Emiru wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge
Yep.
difference.
Yep.
I care a lot
and
about
like I said, leave those people the fuck alone. Do not try to drag them into politics. Don't be that guy. Don't be the obsessive weirdo. Hey, thank you for the follow.
like skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about like peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit. They're here to watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera. Yeah, you like that shit?
I hate when grown women don't have a mind of their own. You are 28 years old. Please develop a mind of your own.
Again, as I've said when we were discussing the drama initially, they don't want her to have a mind of their own. They want to hear their opinions through the platform of her mouth because she's a large streamer. She is a very prominent streamer. That's the only reason they care what she has to say. And they don't care what she has to say. They want her to say what they want said. She is just a tool to them.
All she does is pander to enemy gooner men. No mind of her own. I never liked Emiru, so all
Enemy gooner man. Oh, anime. I thought. Yeah, I heard enemy gooner man. No, anime gooner man. The anime gooner men like watch VTubers and shit like that, I would imagine.
does is pander to enemy gooner men. No mind of her own. I never liked Emiru, so finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice.
The audacity! If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would have mindlessly just been like, F Ice. If Emiru came out and was like, actually, I think Ice is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah yes, she has a mind of her own? No, absolutely not. They
Yes,
are not
of course
angry
not.
That she
And again, I don't uncritically support Ice or anything, but that would have been a fucking great answer. That would have been absolutely hilarious. Hey, what are your thoughts on Ice? Oh, love him. Oh shit, I should. Shh. I hate Twitch so much. All right, but yeah, no. The point is, when someone like asks you something, it's fun to just lean into it and just be like, "Yep, nope, they're great, absolutely great." Yeah, and sometimes you just have to troll, like even if it's not your feeling. If they try to put shit on you, sometimes you just have to push back just to mess with them.
doesn't have an opinion, they are angry that she doesn't have their opinion. The absolute audacity to say that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg.
So what I'm gathering is that Emiru is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty incel Asian fetisher weirdos and is okay with that but draws the line at saying Ice is bad. Emiru and Asmon's audience are the same. Incels love Emiru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship. She definitely cultivated an audience who in the end of all things are reactionary. She appeals to violent racists who
She's saying that she appeals to racists and is reactionaries and stuff. It's an insane take.
fetishize Asian women.
What the fuck is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's fucking Asian? Like, I'm trying to find a clip of Emiru saying sucky sucky $5. It doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's not a coincidence that she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes.
It's so painful once they find something like, why did that become a thing? Why are they running with that so hard? That's so stupid. Are Asian women allowed to be attractive? No, they're not. If you like Asian women, you're a predator because their tits are smaller on average, so you clearly like children. I'm sorry, them's just the rules.
I don't know where this is coming from. And the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans model. Like, I'm sorry, are you really the person?
Yeah, is she the person to talk to us about Asian fetishization when she's like flaunting her Asianness and her sexuality? Like, come on, what are we doing here?
To be talking about fetishization.
Thanks, inflation. Yes, the inflammation makes the sucky more than $5 now.
In here, the most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, posted his own Ice in the middle of his ex-girlfriend being canceled for not saying that. Like, how petty do you have to be to subtweet your ex like that? Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Kaceytron.
It reminds me of whenever Amaranth started wearing a cowboy
Holy shit, she has not aged well. What the fuck is that?
because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically. She started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these Texas girls in like these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats. That's when
And did you see?
That's what Tron.
Yeah, so look at the first picture and then we go to the next one.
Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Kaceytron.
It reminds me of whenever
Holy
Emiru
shit.
started wearing a cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically. She started wearing the
Barbara,
cowboy hat. It's like whenever these Texas girls in like these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats, that's whenever you gotta watch out.
A woman in Texas
Aged like a boot.
wearing a cowboy hat. Lord, take me out. Take me out back, behind the shed. Put me out of my misery.
I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad everyone's just like fucking laughing at her. Again, like it's not the highest form of criticism or argument, but holy shit.
Ever become this politically brain rotted. Holy shit.
Like, you know that she probably has like weird incels donating her hundreds of dollars. It's because, like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to appeal to the worst type of men. Because, like,
Why does she talk like this? Yeah. That's a great way of putting it. Yes, a valley girl with an IV full of horse tranquilizer.
misogynistic, shitty incel-like men, they like a woman that doesn't have any opinion. I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will
so bad.
fetishize Asian women. Her whole plot.
If you're gonna be a dumb woman on the internet, or you know, just the male equivalent, be like Brittany Venti, who's at least funny and does it largely ironically. Be Brittany Venti, not Kaceytron. Holy shit.
Form is just like appealing to like the worst fucking men. She's like basically
No.
like she's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
Oh, this fucking pick me shit, dude. It's gonna be the death of me. Before making this video, I watched a bunch of Emiru stuff.
I love seeing Shue just get fucking pissed off.
And I saw no signs of like pick me behavior at all. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers.
Yeah.
People could be like, oh, they criticize women, so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick-me. Like, okay, sure, like, that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like
Don't bleep retarded. Come on.
kind of see how is Emiru a pick-me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where is the pick-me
No clue.
thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick-me and not the booby streamer or OnlyFans models calling her a pick-me? You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not pick pictures of your ass, you can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick-me on earth than a fucking
If you're going to have less than 3 brain cells, at least be fit or pretty. Yes.
star. And me. I don't care about being called a pick-me. I've been doing this for over a decade now.
She
used to it.
has.
I've been called it thousands of times. I'm a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however, when other women are called pick-me for the crime of not following a hive mind. I see it so often in like the VTuber community.
Hey,
like,
VTubers
all these
mentioned.
VTuber anime women will be called pick-me's for just saying their opinions. You have to understand, like, to these people, whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved opinion of the week, whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick-me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other reason. Every woman is secretly a big progressive feminist. And if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving for male attention.
Yeah, unsubscribed. Let's end the video here. What the fuck? What the? Whoa. Yeah, no, we're done. I'm sorry, Shue. I can't do this anymore. It was fun, but yeah, bye.
And it's like she's not entertaining whatsoever. She's like,
and you fucking, like you said, horse tranquilizer valley girl. What the fuck? She's not like entertaining at all, you know? She's like so not cool.
I would literally rather watch paint dry.
So true, because
I would literally rather watch paint dry than listen to Kaceytron. So just saying.
You know what is far more entertaining than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes? This is way more entertaining. And if you don't agree, you're just like an incel. Okay, bitch. Eventually, after a few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth Emiru came out with a statement.
Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather.
Oh, this was the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Again, I think Emiru is a nice person. I think she's largely spineless. I think you need some Kirsha Kilokami for mommy, damn. But yeah, no, this was absolutely painful. Again, I don't hate Emiru. I don't care enough about her to hate her or anything like that. I think she's a relatively nice person. In fact, I think a bunch of her troubles stem from her just being absolutely spineless. Like she doesn't get how things work. She wants to make everyone happy, so whoever's shouting at her the loudest, she'll side with. No, she's not. She is a normie, but she's not just a normie. She's a spineless normie, and so she doesn't have her own principles because, oh my god, she doesn't have her own principles because, like I said, whoever's shouting at her the loudest is who she thinks is correct. Like if someone verbally overpowers someone else and is the one pushing her to say something, she'll say that thing, as we see here.
Get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shocked by it. It should go
Yeah,
without
that is
saying
true. She has gone through a lot too.
that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing
Yes.
it. But especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and
Yeah, no, Miskiff is a character.
messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things. And an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political. It's basic human empathy.
Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is,
I didn't, and I think it went on way too long too, and then she trauma dumped on some other shit. It was just a unhinged, nonsensical statement that didn't go far enough one way or the other. She either should have just said, nope, I've already addressed this, we're not doing this, get your politics from somewhere else. Or if she'd wanted to, I don't suggest this because they'll never be happy, but if you're gonna bow down to the people telling you how bad you are, you have to go a little further. She didn't exactly even apologize. Like everyone's calling it an apology. It was so meandering and confusing that it didn't even meet that standard. Like it wasn't an apology. It was just kind of rambling word vomit that pissed off everyone.
she didn't have to make it. She was basically forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emiru made her opinion about ICE clear? No, of course not.
Yes. Emiru made a semi-apology and pissed off everyone, and the mob did not leave her alone, and the people who had her back are like, well, okay, you're just spineless, and what's the point of defending you if you're not even gonna defend yourself? So yeah, is what it is. I mean, I guess she's fine now. It kind of blew over because, like I said, there's always one other drama after that, but yeah, no, not a win from Emiru.
Nazi response. TLDR, go f yourself in your PR apology. And there it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb girl, we are not as dumb as you look. You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you. All I hear
these
is,
people.
I support Israel and my name is Emiru. Wait, what?
Yeah, wait,
Where did
what?
Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a Nazi and I'm ashamed of my opinions.
Yep.
Everyone knows what's up. She's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emiru, you are garbage.
Anyone who thinks Emiru is a fascist, I don't even know what to tell them, but they shouldn't be allowed to vote. They probably shouldn't even be allowed in this country. We need, like, that could be one of our tests on like citizenship or something. Is Emiru a fascist? Is Emiru a fascist? If you say yes, you get a ride out of the country.
Nazi loving. You got orange. Or
Yeah, all fat women probably. You apologize for absolutely nothing. I did nothing wrong. Why would I? Yep, exactly. Who took their sub away? YouTube just kind of wanders back and forth. But yeah, we were at 1K before. I guess we dropped back down. But hey, that just means people will be congratulating me all night when we keep bouncing back up and back down. She does a podcast with Asmon. I didn't know that. I didn't even know Asmon did a podcast. Thought he just did his streaming stuff. I don't really keep track of all that. But yeah, leftist logic and girl math both make as much sense. Yes.
Your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral. Oh wait, if you're neutral, you might as well say you're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump
Well,
wants.
okay,
for everyone
whatever.
To be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so fucking ignorant. This dumb cunt needs to shut her fucking mouth. Thank God her downfall is happening. I've been hating on her since day one and knew
Oh,
something.
okay, yeah, I've heard of OTK. Yep. All right, I didn't know that was active. I knew they used to have an association. Is that ongoing? Hey, did we hit 1,000 again?
Was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin.
Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the whole Trump administration?
What
They're,
about
like,
the whole
literally-
government? No, actually, what about disavowing the whole government? I think that'd be pretty cool. But again, she doesn't have to. It'd be based if she did, but it's her choice.
The mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that book to my toddler the other day and I was like, oh my god, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude.
Of course are incel fans swooping in to protect the poor little 28-year-old.
Ah yes, incels. Known for defending women online. What? What the f does the word incel even
that's
mean
a
anymore?
really
Does it
good
just mean
point.
man now?
It's so stupid. I didn't even pick up on that because okay, let's take a brief tangent because we love tangenting here. So yeah, I've always thought incel is a stupid insult. It's largely meaningless, but there is a particular group of people who it does actually apply to because they apply it to themselves. And so yeah, the actual self-described incels, the incel community, are absolutely disgusting misogynists, and I say that as a misogynist. But yeah, no, they're absolutely deranged. They think women are are at fault for all the troubles in the world. They're unhinged lunatics who build their whole identity around hating women. And so yeah, the idea that incels are like defending women, like what are we talking about here? If you're talking about like the political incel movement, they're not. They hate women.
Man I do not like.
I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. How come no one told me Emiru low-key a femcel?
Femcel! Emiru's a femcel! Oh my do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these conclusions?
I mean,
are you an incel? Yes, everyone is an incel. You're an incel. You're also a Nazi and a bigot and a fascist and all those things because that's how words work nowadays. But yes, X was being weird today. Refollow a lot of people. Interesting. Wait, you had to refollow me? Interesting. Are we making it? Are we getting shadow banned?
have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill.
We need to do something about these male.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill.
We need to do something about these male-centered women.
Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating men. Men just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God, go to therapy, do literally anything else than make it our problem.
Fuck her, and especially f her bestie Asmongold. I hope they get kirked. 30.
Moving on.
The old woman too scared to say f guys to keep her incel audience happy. Let's hope she gets abused again. Couldn't happen to a better person. Next time this cunt is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh. F her and f
Again, these are the people I call the empathy brigade. These are the people who lecture you about empathy.
and f you if you support this cunt. Emiru deserved what Miskiff did to her. Emiru for supporting ICE. I genuinely hope this bitch gets okay. Emiru for supporting ICE.
What? What in the what? I might hate these apolitical ooh women more than actual Nazis. ATP, I don't know what ATP is, but yeah. Oh, at this point, I guess. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? That's wild. Moving on.
This bitch gets okay. I reported that one. Holy sh! What is wrong with these people?
See, you don't understand. I'm a good guy, which makes it
Yes,
okay for me to say
yes, exactly.
things about bad
This is
guys. You
literally
think saying that to
this.
someone is stuff.
This is so good. This is literally it. She's 100% on point. This is it right here.
Emiru for supporting ICE. I genuinely hope this bitch gets. Oh, okay. I reported that one. Holy sh. What is wrong with these people?
See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which
Yes.
makes it okay for me to say f***ed up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is f***ed up? Well,
What?
you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history.
Yes.
Chad. Look it up.
Nazis deserve death, and silence is compliance.
May I just remind the audience that this is what she said.
If you
Yeah,
need
we're having a good
streamer
stream.
who doesn't even know anything
Quango,
about politics
quango,
to
quango.
tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Nazi that deserves death. What?
After making her terrible statement full of lies, Emiru decided to follow right-wing grifter ShoeOnHead. Of course, Emiru
What?
is not following a fellow pathetic.
Right-wing grifter, ShoeOnHead? What? Again, like I said, these people are in their own reality. That's amazing. That's my favorite take. Just so people can stop pretending she doesn't know what ice meant. Yeah, no one should have bought that shit. Again, she did lie. She's close with Asmongold and doesn't want to talk about politics for a reason. Because she's an entertainer and it's not her thing? Right-wing grifter ShoeOnHead. Yes, the commie mommy. Far-right commie mommy.
Follow right-wing grifter ShoeOnHead. Of course, Emiru is now following a fellow pathetic pick-me for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100%.
And I hate the fucking follow policing too. Of course, we've all ranted about that before, but like, who cares who they follow, man? The only time I care when a person follows someone else is if they like accuse me of or someone else of following someone. Like if they start the follow policing, it's funny to go through their follows and be like, oh, you follow all these fucking insane people who've said you should do this or that or the other thing to children or political opponents or whatever the fuck it is. So that's funny. Like I like counter follow policing, but like just being like, oh, you follow this person is bullshit.
Follow right-wing grifter
ShoeOnHead. Common sense makes you a right-wing grifter. Not necessarily a grifter or right wing, but yes, like it gets you lumped in with the right wing somehow. ShoeOnHead talks about politics, therefore right wing. Yeah, she doesn't have all the right left wing, well, culturally left politics. Yeah. You literally disagree with like 20, but yeah, 20 to 30% of what Shu says, but don't go around calling her Stalin. Exactly. I mean, like I said, it's fun to hear interesting people you disagree with. Like I've said before, I like some leftists I listen to sometimes. I've been so caught up in the streaming, I haven't in a while, but like I respect people who come largely, again, I think sometimes they get a bit lost in their own ideology, so I'm not saying 100%, but people like Jimmy Dore and Glenn Greenwald are like leftists, socialists, and I think they have a lot of good takes. A bunch of them I disagree with, but I think they also have some really good takes.
Of course, Emiru is now following a fellow pathetic pick-me for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fan base.
For the record, my fan base is probably like 70% right-wing and 80% gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my
We have to. I'm a VTuber. I got the letter in the mail today. Actually, I got it last week. I was ignoring it. I was ignoring the letter, but yeah, no, I was finally like, all right, let's look it through. And it said, you're a VTuber. You are obligated to watch ShoeOnHead. Jimmy Dore, but you don't like when they talk about authority or juice? Yeah.
Video. Yeah, some disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, commie mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified of your own
No, I'm not a simp. I don't simp for anyone. I want that on the record. I like Shu. Again, she has cultural relevance, similar to Sargon. Like I was praising Sargon when we did our initial Amelia's reaction. And Shu goes back just as far as him. So yeah, no, I like Shue. I'm not a Shue simp. I do like Shue though. She's great, and she's a cultural icon. Young Turks telling people to punch cops. Yeah, no, I'm not saying Jimmy's right about everything. I'm just saying I think he largely tries to come from a good place and is now sensible. Like back in the day he did some not so great things and said some not so great things. I think he spit on, I forget, it might have been Alex Jones or something like that. Like that was seriously not cool. 95% of what Andrew Tate says, yeah. Shue and a COD daily, yep. How you know most of Shue's fans aren't simps? They would have unsubbed because everyone knows she's married with a kid and still stuck around. I don't know. People still simp for married people too. Who spit on Alex Jones? Jimmy Dore, I think. It was years ago when he was still with the Young Turks. But yeah, I think it was Alex Jones who was being obnoxious, or maybe not even obnoxious. I forget the exact thing, but like Jimmy Dore walked over and spit on him. I'm pretty sure. Could be getting my people confused, but I think that's what happened.
Cult. God forbid you only agree with
Again, this was years ago.
99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on your soul. I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down. At the end of the day, they have found a socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is. A lot of people in response to Emiru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You know, you bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly,
at the end of the day, the left is tearing everyone apart. Yes, and again, they should have been stopped much earlier. It's the right's fault for not stepping in. We've talked about this before, but it's the dichotomy of human nature. The right just wanted to be left alone, wanted to grill, and didn't stand up for themselves. And the left ran all over us for a century now. But yeah, no, the left is tearing everyone apart. Shue and others on the left, you like because we can disagree without being called a Nazi or refusing to talk. Exactly. I mean, like I said, like I've always said, everyone's welcome here. I like a good difference of opinion, and if people are operating in good faith, that's what I care about the most. Like I don't care if you agree with me on everything. I know on some issues my chat's going to be well to the right of me. I'm not a leftist or anything, but I'm fairly anti-authority on some issues. So we're gonna have some disagreements on that. But yeah, no, we all get along, and we all want the best for society, and we are sane enough to not throw people under the bus for one disagreement. Google is evil. Google is evil. Google is evil. Yes, they are gonna fix their chat, at least I think, so it stops yeeting all the comments. But we shall see. We need to get back to a place where everyone can just talk. Yeah, unfortunately, like I keep saying, there's no easy button for that. It's not as simple as, oh, let's get back there, because we have so many, 1.5+ decades. It's a century, but yeah. Emiru is very Asian. She doesn't like to stir pots and stays in her lane. I thought Asians stir pots. Anti-authority or anti-big government? Mostly anti-big government. I mean, I have problems with the current Christian nationalist conservative, and again, we can totally get along. We don't have to get into my exact position. I'm not that, but I don't have a problem with that. And by and large, despite only being like, I believe in, we've talked about it before. I believe in God. I'm not denominational or anything like that. I'm not religious, but yeah, it's clear that Christian values did build the country. Like we are a Christian nation, and I say that as someone who is not even Christian. So, but yeah, so no, I can get along with the Christian nationalists. Like I said, I can get along with anyone. I can get along with the commies. I can get along with commie mommy here, as long as they're not absolutely insane. We can have a discussion. Not bound to religion. Yeah. Again, I do like most closely relate to Christianity, and like I said, it's the building block of our society and our civilization. Just a nationalist, you want to see your home be prosperous. Exactly. I mean, the whole point of a nation is to look after its people. So yeah, we can talk about like what values we all need, but we definitely, like, nationalism is good. Again, it can be taken too far, as can all things, but yeah, a nation needs to look after its people. So we can discuss what values we need to uphold, but we definitely need to have a concept of what an American is and look after that. Straub's channel about Christian morality, interesting. Again, I have mixed feelings about when that comes up in like the meeting of religion and politics, because it can rub a lot of people the wrong way. Like I say plenty of stuff that's divisive, but like religion just really gets people riled up because it's so important to many people. And then you also have the people who it's anti-important to, like the radicalized atheists and everything. Yeah, Straub's great.
People don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the crybully, they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on your empathy, they isolate you from your friends, they make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal
Yep, exactly,
opinions, or
Alika.
in this case, no opinion. And when you are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of mind,
One of your closest friends who is half Korean keeps asking you if your Filipino wife has cooked your cat yet.
it's very easy
Based.
for these cult-like
Have you?
tactics to work. This works especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are, like, autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the crybully tactics. What happened is Emiru just saw...
What spectrum is...
especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are, like, autistic people.
No. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Autists are super susceptible. Hey, we hit 1K again. YouTube bounces back and forth. But yeah, no, that is absolutely not true. That's so not true. Maybe some autists, I don't know, because autism is a complex thing and it can do different things in different ways. But like, there are plenty of autists who are absolutely easily swayed. So the idea that just being autistic makes you immune from the mob, it can work the exact opposite way. So I'll 100% disagree with Shue on this take, because yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, exactly. Autists are more ranged. Like, yeah, you'll have some that are completely stubborn and completely unswayable and will just lock in on their position. And if a mob comes after him, yeah, those autists are immune. But then there are other autists that it's the exact opposite. They'll be easily swayed by the mob and become lunatics themselves. So yeah, no, autists are not immune. Again, some autists are, many are not.
I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the crybully tactics. What happened is Emiru just saw like a shit ton of people who were mad at her,
Nope,
and she
that's
wanted
absolutely
to do the
not
correct
true.
thing. Unfortunately, this is just gonna make it worse. And they're
Yep.
moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
The big question in everyone's mind is,
I hate her so much. She's so painful to listen to.
are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a stand and clarifying the
Yep.
clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmon are.
Who the fuck cares?
So hopefully you've cut ties with that hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmon, right? Glad you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmongold.
They got rid of Asperger's as a diagnosis? Is that what you're saying? You're proud of your tism? Make fun of it constantly? Yeah, and that's totally fair. I'm not tistic, but I got the pass. Yes, I wasn't aware there was a tism pass, but I was given the tism pass, so we're an honorary tist.
So it doesn't read as earnest. Almost a decent explanation. But the elephant in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this...
Again, these people are in their own reality, and do not understand basic things. Like, really? Like, they can't comprehend being friends with someone who doesn't agree with you 100%.
back from seeming sincere. Okay, now what about your best friend Asmongold?
They're fucking
Denounce Asmon, or
NPCs.
I'm not taking this seriously. You're friends with Assmold. Assmold?
I'm pretty sure she's still friends with Asmongold.
High
Now,
school
whatever you
click
think of
bullshit. Yeah.
Asmongold,
Wait, who is
he's
that?
I'm pretty sure she's
Oh,
still
of
friends
course.
with Asmongold.
Now,
Yeah.
whatever you think of Asmongold, he is friends with Emiru.
And again, when I saw this, I was very critical of Hassan, because it's just like, they're fellow streamers. I get causing a bit of drama or whatever, but when someone's actually going through some actual hard stuff where a bunch of people are hating on you, like when you're a massive streamer like Hassan, he should have fucking stayed out of it, or even just said, hey, don't bully someone. Like, yeah, no, absolute. I mean, of course it's Hassan, so it's a very common L, but absolute common L from Hassan on that one. That was despicable, him going after Emiru when he's so big.
They are friends, even though they disagree with each other. Crazy, right?
Nice. I got another pass. Hell yeah. Hassan can't help himself though. He is politically brain rotted. Yes, and just so narcissistic. Like he's actually a sociopath or something like that, I think.
Like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, fucking shoot him on stream?
Yes, that is what they want you to do. Yes. Around 2018, I was facing nearly daily harassment for being friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were calling my job. They got emails of my family members. It was like non-stop. Now, this person was a good friend of mine, but in order to get all these people off my back...
Look at the way Hassan went after Chibi reviews. Yeah, oh my god. Like, again, I'm glad more people are waking up, and I'm glad they can't help themselves, because it's really good that they expose themselves like this. Yeah, Hassan and a bunch of other people went after Chibi reviews extremely fucking hard and said they did wish he'd succeeded, you know, that he had removed himself. They said that he deserved all the bad stuff that was happening in his life, and it similar to the Charlie Kirk thing where they all celebrated that too. They can't help themselves because, again, like you were saying, politically brain rotted, like I've been saying, ideologically captured. They are incapable of existing in the same reality as we exist, and it's really sad.
I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now, for those of you who are new here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee to a faceless mob of people who hate me. And in return, I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma is real.
I'm full on retarded, all right? I had suspected.
And the same thing happened to me.
I get to go pillage the normies. Excellent.
Years later, I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018, we made up years ago, but looking back on all this in 2026 is extremely embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves. But in the moment, it's incredibly stressful, and you just kind of want it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop. So I understand why Emiru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences.
Yeah, as I've said before, it's one of the problems is in the short term it is easier to cave because, again, it's the dichotomy between the two viewpoints. The right is more hands off, wants to be left alone, and the left is very again, ideologically captured. They're a little cultist, but yeah. So, and they're loud and demanding. So in the short term, it absolutely makes sense. If you don't get the context of how these things work, it's absolutely makes sense to side with the left versus the right, because the left are the ones demanding things of you. The right's kind of like whatever. So of course you're gonna like if you actually think you can shut up the left by agreeing with them, you do so, because the right's just not gonna give a shit anyway. The right's just gonna do their own thing. So yeah, in that respect, when you're getting bullied, it makes sense that they choose what they think of as the easy answer, which is like, oh, let's agree with the really loud people who are bullying us instead of the people who are kind of quiet and just kind of existing over there. Love you, Pirate Bro. Thank you. Yeah, no, the Skybrows community has been amazing. Far right of the 90s were the censoring crowd. I'm not quite sure what you mean. I will say a lot of people misinterpret the censorship that was going on there, especially like when you actually look into some of that music, book bans. There was some of that, but when you actually look into it, it was like Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife. Like it was the wives of Democrat politicians. A bunch of the big leaders of the censorship ship going on back there were Democrat politicians and their families. Like it was literally the Karens. I'm not saying the right never censors anything. Again, I'm nuanced. They definitely do, and if they ever chose to utilize the levers of power more than they do, they would. Like, so yeah, they would. But a lot of the censorship we've seen has been coming from the left, not the right. And then the left, because they control society, will retroactively say that bad things that were happening were the right's fault. Jack Thompson kind of shit. Was Jack Thompson a right winger? I don't even know. I just know he hated video games and everyone hated him. Trump was a moderate Democrat in the 90s. Yes. Harry Potter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, occasionally you'll see some spin out like that. I mean, they never actually censored Harry Potter as far as I know, but yeah, no, you did have some Christians. I'm not sure if they were right wing, but you because there are left wing Christians too. Like the left tries to paint it as if Christianity is right wing. But anyway, so I don't know if they were right wing, but yes, you did have Christians going after Harry Potter for witchcraft, which was fucking retarded. No argument there. Ben, someone mentioned Skybrows. We might actually, I don't know if it'll be today, but I do want to go back. That sounds like an oxymoron. No, because it's not political. And again, not necessarily left wing, but like left of center or something like that. I'm not talking like full leftists who are their own religion. So I mean, can't really be Christians because they're leftists. I'm not talking leftists. I'm talking like left of center.
Like I did, it was a huge mistake, and it is not worth it, because you are going to find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually...
Yeah, if you actually do anything wrong. Other than that, never apologize. Never apologize, never bend the knee, unless you want to. Like, if you actually realize you screw up and want to own up to that, apologize. Otherwise, never apologize. Never apologize.
A real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something wrong, if you actually wronged someone.
Yes.
But you shouldn't apologize to like a nebulous, faceless mob of people.
Exactly. Own your mistakes. Don't bow to the mob, though.
Facing down a barrel of a gun.
There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me.
Jeez. Again, Kaceytron did not age well. Why is that her profile picture? Like, you know you can do fancy stuff with filters and angles and shit, right? Right?
She's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years.
There's nothing you can ever do to please these people, so why bother? They will not be happy until you kill yourself, and even then they will dance on your grave.
Yes.
And I know, like, with everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel culture in 2026? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a ShoeOnHead video. But second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we all...
And as to that, why is there a Keen EN and a Keen EN? Because when I created the account, I didn't realize that it wasn't available on all platforms. So yeah, unfortunately, we do have some consistency issues. Yeah, I don't like it, and we'll see if we can fix it. I'm a little scared just because you know, because I've been growing on under these current names. So if I tried to change even like the handle, I don't exactly know what would happen with it. But yes, we are at this point. I guess I should just do the 3 E's because it's more readily available. So I could just do 3 E's on all platforms. No, but I'm 2 E's on Twitch. Anyway, we don't have to get distracted by that. But yes, there's some issues there.
Are where we are right now. This type of stuff drives people away from the left. And more importantly than that, it's just evil. I saw some leftists covering Emiru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around, we're mean now. Woke 2.0? Because Woke 1.0 worked out so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not double down and get worse.
They never leer. They never leer.
I don't know how you can look at the last 10 years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking normie streamers for not...
Again, they clearly don't learn. That's their entire problem. I've said it before, but if they'd actually wanted to win and were sane enough to do that, they'd never have fucked with video games and Western entertainment as much as they did. Like, they needed to keep slow boiling the frog, but they got so high on their own farts that they went off the rails, and everyone was like, oh, these people are fucking insane.
not wanting to be involved in political discourse. Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not smearing like the left as a whole, okay? This isn't
I'll do it.
Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel.
Really? All right. Yeah, and I like how Fox News is her example of right-wing media. She has no idea at all. Fox is normie.
Where there are plenty of left-wing people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do.
Yes,
I'm talking
no,
about
no.
a certain
She said Fox News, but yeah, Foxu News is better.
normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse. Also, I feel like this goes
Apparently.
without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not smearing like the left as a whole, okay? This isn't fucking Fox News.
Yeah,
This isn't the
Fox, not Foxu. That would have been funny considering she does mention Nux too. It would have been funny if she'd said Foxu News.
Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-wing people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of the mostly online left. I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's like a
Gotta run. Grats on 1K. Thank you. But can you chill with the 9+ hour streams? Yes. You can't even keep up. Yeah, no, I can't either. No, we're doing a shorter stream tonight, and good as time as any. Like I said yesterday, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I gotta pace myself a little bit. So yeah, tomorrow will be an off day. I won't be streaming tomorrow. But yeah, so yeah, no 9-hour stream, no stream tomorrow. We'll be back Friday, and then one of the days on the weekend at least.
majority. Like, I feel like
New conservatives are Nick Fuentes, Crowder, Andrew Wilson types. Yeah, thank you, Alika. Thank you. But yeah, new conservatives are Nick Fuentes, Crowder, Andrew Wilson types. I have issues with all those people, but they also do good work. Like, so yeah, it's kind of mixed. But yeah, no, I am sometimes impressed by Crowder because it seems like he's kind of locked in. Whoa there. Do be careful, Rudy. I'm not sure you're allowed to mention them. That was so fucking funny. I saw that live in Leaflet's chat. It was that was so good. Dem's reactions were disgraceful. Yes.
I feel like I'm one of the only ones like holding down the fort. Like me and Anna Kasparian. And every day I'm called a right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually.
We're getting to the end, but just wanted to address that too. You don't think Crowder is anywhere near as right-wing as Fuentes? It all depends on, like, right versus left is a bit of a confusing issue, like, because there are different versions. Like, you can be like economically or culturally right or whatever. Like, so yeah, I mean, it's complicated. I think Crowder is more normie right, and then Fuentes is kind of off doing his own thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm, like I said, I have issues with all of them, and I have criticisms and praise for all of those people. Some of them do good work in some areas, some of them do bad work in some areas.
Affect the working class, you know, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after e-girl cosplay streamers. Like, can we just get back to the fact that
yeah, okay, absolutely, yes. If that's the comparison, yes, all those people. Love Wilson's debates. I've liked some of them. I have noticed things like where I don't like it. Like, he's good at debating, but that's not always a good thing, because if you're too good at debating, you don't actually have to make a good argument because you have good debate styles. Like, you can just steamroll people with your technique instead of your actual facts. So it can be detrimental to an actual good ideology. But no, I like Andrew Wilson. Fuentes is just fucking funny. Like, he's a good entertainer. Like, if we're just talking entertainment, Fuentes is amazing. You disagree with Fuentes 99% of statements, mainly agree with him shitting on Owens? Huh. Fuentes isn't right. He is his own thing, his own brand of populism. My issue with Fuentes is he's so captured by his own image. Like, my problem with Fuentes is that he's so obsessed with being Nick Fuentes. Like, he just does shit to be edgy. He does shit to get attention. He'll say the wildest shit. He'll support Democrats. Like, his whole, like, Gavin Newsom is great because he has a white family arc. That was fucking stupid. But yeah, Nick is hilarious, but I don't trust him. He's a funny dude. He's not legitimate though, in my opinion.
They're all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please. Thank you.
Yes.
In conclusion, Emiru did nothing wrong. People are
Hey,
tired.
Grizz. Thank you for the raid. I love my raid alert too. He's America first. He says he's America first. Like that, you can't just say you're America first. I'm glad he's pushing the America first message, but that doesn't mean he's always America first. We don't have to get too in the weeds on the Nick Fuentes thing. Like I said, I appreciate some of what he says. I have issues with some other things he says. But yeah, no. Whether or not Nick Fuentes himself is America first, I like that he's pushing the America first message because that is absolutely where we have to be. So yeah, America first, 100%.
Of having politics shoved down their throat, and you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say the line, actually. This is mass psychosis, rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's basically what is happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked. If you are going to ShoeOnHead for political information,
I will say no, because there are a bunch of streamers, including there are a bunch of streamers who do actually think things through and have good political takes. So that's not a universal
for
rule.
political information,
Like, where should you get your politics from? The mainstream media, her news source, Ground News or whatever that collates all that stuff. I'd trust a lot of streamers more than that, because at least it's like long form. You get to hear them think out their thoughts. Like, you get to hear them put into words why they think that. It's so yeah, a streamer's political takes is more of a convincing argument than like mainstream media, which is like propaganda. So yeah, are all streamers who talk politics good at it? Are all of them going to make a compelling argument that you should listen to or anything like that? Absolutely not. There are terrible political streamers who don't think things through. But I think as a whole, a political streamer is probably more trustworthy than any official political news. You get your news from streamers? Yeah, exactly. You're not going to agree with 100% with people all the time, even if you're on their side. Exactly. And I tend to disagree with people on my side more than the other side, because I already know I don't agree with them on the other side, you know? So I'm in some ways more critical of my own side than the other side, because like I said, the other side, I largely know we're not going to find common ground on. I'll look for it when I can, but there's just a huge gap there. So I'm more likely to look at my own side and be like, I don't like what they're doing there. You watch a few from many perspectives, conservative and liberal. Yeah, you like to take the information from a lot of different sources. The more sources, as long as they are truthful. Exactly. Like I said, integrity is the most important part. The more comprehensive opinion on a topic that someone can have. Yep. Diversity of thought. Yep. Congrats on 1000. Thank you, Feeble. Howdy. Welcome. Sky News Australia is based. Yep. On some things. I like some of what I've seen there.
That's basically what is happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked.
No. Again, it's like I don't know why she's committing to that so hard. Like, cause she knows. She's been around a while. She should know better. Why is she saying you're cooked if you go to a political streamer? Like, that's a wild take. Because again, she knows. She was there in that scene, like I said, with like Sargon or something, who is involved in British politics now. Like, he's a big figure in British politics. He ran for office, and his podcast is also very influential. So yeah, I don't know what she's saying here.
If you were going to
I like this whole night's just gonna be people congratulating me on hitting 1,000 because YouTube is fucking stupid and the numbers go up and down. So yeah, we were at 1,000 before I started the stream. Then it dropped to 999 up to 1,000, probably 999 up to 1,000. But yeah, anyway, thank you. No, we are doing amazing work. I really appreciate everyone who is stuck around, subscribed, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it is funny. We're going up and down. Yeah, congrats on 1,000. Yep, we know. A political streamer? Okay, maybe I misunderstood her. But it did sound like she's just like, if you're going to a streamer for politics.
Socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, I guess maybe she just phrased it badly, because she might be talking about apolitical streamers, but she doesn't explicitly say that's what she's talking about. But yeah, in the Emiru context, you might be right.
Or some shit. Like that's basically what is happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked.
Yeah, see, she just says streamers, but she might mean apolitical. Yeah. But yeah, and if you can find someone that you feel gives fair coverage, you go to them. Where are you supposed to go? Fox and CNN? Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And like I've said, I've talked about it before, but fair coverage is important. If you know exactly where someone will always drop down because of their biases, you're not going to get a truthful answer. Like, again, maybe 90% of the time or 70% of the time or something, they'll be correct, but it's kind of a coincidence at that point. If they have a position they're very strongly set on and will always come down on that side, they're not going to always have a correct answer, because sometimes reality won't mash up with their biases. Unsub so you can hit 1K with a counter open. No, we're good. We're good. Congrats on 999 subs. Thank you. Apolitical streamers don't discuss politics. Yeah. New mission: make an image of Keen as a yo-yo on a string. No. Yeah, she didn't say... You guys need to talk... You go people who talk shop. Yeah, no. All those mainstream people have biases, of course. Like CBS, ABC, NBC, all bias. Yeah. Nowhere to go to get straight facts. Exactly. Bounce on 1K,
If you are
Dio.
going to streamers for political
Bounce on it,
information,
Dio.
you are cooked. If you are going to ShoeOnHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video. If you liked my yapping, please subscribe. And if you can, donate to my Patreon down below. It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!
What she said. If you enjoy my yapping, go ahead and... oh, we liked the video. Wow, 124,000. She is fucking cooking, man. But yeah, if you like my content, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Get me to 1,000. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you like her stuff, go watch her stuff, of course, all that sort of thing. And we only doubled the video length. No. Okay, almost tripled. Whatever. We yap too. Have a good one.